In modern website and application, sending email is a very basic functionality. Nowadays, whenever we see an app or website, the sending email functionality is very basic and every website contains that. So, how you can implement the sending email feature in your website or application? Hi, I'm Gaurav from Know How Academy. So, sending email functionality is very basic, and if we talk about in Power Apps, we know with the help of our Power Automate, we can create a flow which sends the email to the person. And with using SharePoint list, we can send our email to the person in Power Apps. But how we can integrate an email service in our website? So in Power Pages, we can integrate the feature same as Power Apps by calling an API in Power Pages website. So with the help of Power Automate Flow, we can send the email. But how we can send the email parameter from our Power Pages site to Power Automate Flow? So in order to achieve this functionality in our website, let me tell you what we are going to do today. In this video, we will create a Power Automate Flow to send email from our Power Pages website. Then we will call an API with our custom JavaScript to trigger our flow. Also, we will render a drop-down action in our Power Pages list with the help of our jQuery. So first of all, this is our Power Pages site, and here we have our table name employee expenses, which has title, amount, and other columns. And in the Power Pages site, you can see the employee name. When I click on preview, after clicking preview, you can see we have title, employee name, Jack. In the edit section, we can edit the record, and with the help of add, we can add the new record. So instead of name, we will store the email in our employee name field. So I will add a new record. In the title, I will write other. In the employee name, I will add the email. Then I will select the type, current date, and submit. Now as you can see, in the second record, I have added email instead of employee name. Now what I want to send my employee the email by using this. So we need to add a button here. So for adding our button, we need to go to design, click on edit code. Now what we have to do is we need to go to our list, which is all employees list. And here we need to add the JavaScript code. So I will use jQuery. I have my jQuery code in my notepad. Don't worry, I will explain the code. I will copy this, paste here. Now first, we have opened the jQuery code with document.ready function. So here we have taken .entitylist.entitygrid on loader function. It means when our list will be loaded, you can take this element by inspecting, and here when you click, so you saw we have entity grid, entity list, and on loaded function is used. After that, we have taken the table, table body, table row dot each function, and we have taken a variable drop down menu, which will be this. This means this dot find table data colon last, which means on our last drop down menu. And in my elements, when I go here, so you can see this is our drop down menu. The class is drop down menu. After storing the drop down menu in our variable, we have added a condition. If our drop down menu dot length is greater than 0, then we are appending our drop down menu with the HTML. So in our drop down menu, we have our list, role none, and then we have open and anchor tag. So this is the drop down item, and below we have our bolt icon, which will be a thunderbolt icon. And here we have our text trigger API. So instead of trigger API, I will change the text name. I will write send mail. Click on save, and I will click on sync to preview. Now we have synced it. So I will click on preview, and here we have our send email option present in our drop down menu. But on clicking this send email, we won't see any action because we haven't added any action here. So as you can see, on click, we are preventing default, and we have created a variable which is const employee name. So I will change the name. I will name it const emp mail, which will be this dot closest tr dot find data attribute crda3 email dot data value. Let me tell you how I am getting this. So for that, I am simply clicking inspect here. And in my record, you can see here we have TD data attribute, that means our column name, and value is the value which is stored in it. So this is my email. So I am just taking the email and storing it in my variable. Now we need to create our Power Automate flow to send the email. So let me first click on save, and here I will go to setup, create a cloud flow. I will create a new flow. Here I will search Power Pages. When Power Pages calls a flow, in the input I will write mail input. In the new I will write send and email. In the to section I will add the dynamic content which will be mail input. Then I will take the subject. I will enter the subject mail test from Power Pages. In the body I will write mail sent. Mail sent. I will name the flow Power Pages email flow. After that I will click save. So our flow has been added successfully. Now we need to add our roles. So I will select administrator, anonymous user, authenticated users, all the users. I will click on add. There's some glitch here. I will click on cancel and add to site, check all the roles, click on add, then save. So our flow has been added in our site. Now in our button click action, we need to add the API call to trigger our flow. So for that, we can simply go to the Microsoft documentation. Here, I will write Power Automate in Power Pages. I will open the document. Now, in this whole code, we only need to select only that part which is required by us. That is our API call. So, as you can see, we have our variable here, emp mail. So I will take from where URL, then I will take this, copy, then I will paste. Here in the done function, we are not getting any kind of response from our Power Automate flow. So I will just simply remove that. There's no response required. Here I will simply show an alert message which will be mail sent to colon space. Then I will add the plus my variable which will be emp mail. Now as you can see in our Power Automate flow, we have the mail input instead of location. I will write mail input and location is not required. I will paste here. Now as you can see, mail input, we need our employee email. So I will copy the variable from here, paste it here. Now our API call has been added successfully. Now we need to format our code. So in VS Code, you can simply click on Alt, Shift and F and your code will be formatted. Last thing what we have to do is set the URL in our Cloudflow URL. So I will go here, our newly added flow. I will copy this. Then I will click on paste, click on save. Now I will simply click on sync, and after syncing, we will click on preview. Now after previewing, we will click on our send email, but before that, we will open the developer options by clicking F12. So here we have our developer options. When I click on send mail, we will get to know whether our API is being called or not, which means our flow is being triggered or not. So I will click on send email, and here we have got our success mail sent to the email. When I click OK, and I will go to my Power Automate to check whether the flow has been succeeded or not. So I will go to my Power Automate, then I will go to my flows, Power Pages, email flow, and here you can see we have a succeeded flow present. Your flow has ran successfully. In the input, we are sending our input, then the email is being thrown. Now when I check my email, so here as you can see, our mail has been sent successfully. Mail test from Power Pages. This is our subject and this is our body, same like this flow. So with the help of your email field from the Dataverse table and Power Automate flow, you can send the email to the person. So in this video, we learned how to create a Power Automate flow to send the email. Then we understood the JavaScript code used for triggering our API call. And also we appended a custom drop-down action in our Power Pages list.
So thank you for choosing Know How Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.